As part of my management course, I create the business SB Photography and it will explain to you some important keys that I would use in order to well manage my business. In this video, the content of 2 chapters from the book NGMT Principle of Management will be covered using my fictitious company, SB Photography. The first chapter is the chapter 12, Motivation, and the second chapter is the chapter 15, Control. Motivation is an important aspect when one may think about managing a company. The basics of motivation are simple. There is the effort and performance, the need satisfaction, the extrinsic and intrinsic rewards, and motivating people. The extrinsic reward is a reward that is tangible, visible to others, and given to employees contingent on the performance of a specific task or behaviors. Thus, the intrinsic reward is a natural reward associated with performing a task or activity for its own sake. Motivating with the basic need involves many steps. More precisely, it includes 4 steps. The first one being to ask employees what their needs are. The second one is to satisfy lower order needs first. Then it is to expect people's need to change. Finally, the fourth one is to create opportunities for employees to satisfy higher order needs. Motivating employees also involves a couple of steps. The first one is to start by looking for and correcting major inequities. The second one is to reduce employees' inputs. And the third one is to make sure the decision-making process is fair. In the case of fair decision-making process, there are 2 different justices. The distributive justice is the perceived degree to which outcomes and rewards are fairly distributed or allocated. The procedural justice is the perceived fairness of the process used to make reward allocation decisions. When talking about motivation in an organization such as SB Photography, it will include the expectancy theory. This states that the persons will be motivated because they think that their effort will lead to the great performance and that great performance will be rewarded, and thus they will be offered appealing rewards. The expectancy theory involves 3 components, being valence, which is the attractiveness or desirability of various rewards or outcomes, expectancy, which is the perceived relation between effort and performance, and finally, it involves instrumentality, which is the perceived relationship between performance and rewards. Motivating with expectancy theory includes 3 steps. Find out what employees want from their job, link rewards to individual performance in a clear and understandable way to employees, and the third one, the final one, empower employees to make decisions. When talking about motivating in a business, one may also think about the reinforcement theory. It is a theory that states the behavior is a function of its consequences, that behaviors followed by positive consequences will occur more frequently, and that behaviors followed by negative consequences or not followed by positive consequences will occur less frequently. There is also the goal-setting theory. It is a theory that states that people will be motivated to the extent to which they accept specific challenging goals and receive feedback that indicate their progress toward goal achievement. In the chapter 15, the control process of a company such as SB Photography will be discussed with more details. The control process, for sure, includes establishing standards, the comparison of standards, the corrective action, the dynamic and cybernetic process, setting control methods, and the control laws. In order to be able to make corrective action, it is important to identify performance deviations, to analyze deviations, and to develop and implement corrective programs. The control loss is a situation in which behavior and work procedures do not conform to standards. Regulation costs are the costs associated with implementing and maintaining control. Cybernetic feasibility is the extent to which it is possible to implement in each of the 3 steps in the control process. Thus, it exists many control methods such as bureaucratic, objective, normative, concertive, and self-control. Concertive controls are based on the belief that are shaped and negotiated by work groups and it is also allowed to learn to work with one another and to supervise one another's work. With self-control, employees can control their own behavior, can set their own goals, can monitor their own progress, and can reward themselves for goal achievement. It is important to control the financial performance, the customer defections, the internal quality, and the innovation and learning wasted. In the management of SB photography, it will be important to think well about the elements that are taking part of the management of a company and to really well structure the company to make sure that the planning and the decision making that needs to be done are well structured and respected.